Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day and you didn't miss me being on a slight hiatus for the last couple of days. In case you weren't familiar, YouTube channel got hacked and unfortunately lost access for roughly 2 trading days. So we're trying to get back on track here, see what's going on. Of course, I was communicating with my community during the entire process, but again, I couldn't really do too much if I can't explain why I take the trades that I take. So that is the whole point there. Anyways, take a look here at SUI. This is a beast, folks. This coin is a very, very strong coin. It's important not to short into it. At this point, we're honoring 2 different ascending trend lines. We're above all moving averages. There's no reason to short this coin. We're going to update our levels here, of course, to kind of reflect potential new playouts. And we'll draw out some new fibs here since the previous ones have since expired. And we're kind of go from there and see where we're at. So if you are new to the channel, just want to say thanks again for watching. Hit the like button if you comment below. Absolutely appreciate any and all of those things. If you just hit the like button on every single video, I think we'll get this in front of more people and make sure that the world stays better informed. Not to say that other people aren't good at their job, it's just that they're probably not full-time traders. There's a lot of hacks and wannabes out there, so just be careful on who you trust. I mean, careful trust me, obviously. Make sure that I'm worth my grain of salt or whatever you want to call it, but I'm confident that I am. Again, last 20 years been trading over what, 6-7 years in crypto now, but traditional markets is kind of where I come from. So that's where a lot of my conservative thought processes exist. I'm not just a fly-by-night crypto trader who thinks that everything goes to the moon. So if that's your thing, maybe you want to watch someone else. Anyways, the whole point of me pulling this up here, this is liquidation levels, folks, is to kind of give you a perspective on where liquidation levels occur. Okay, now we have a lot below the price section, very little above. That does imply there's less selling pressure to the upside, so the price can run wherever it wants. So a lot of times when you see this, it's contrary to what you might think. With there being less opposition, the price more so will actually be more likely to pull back. So I'm not saying the price is going to pull back. I'm just saying that now that there's a lot less liquidation on the upside, the whales are like, okay, nobody's selling. We may as well go ahead and sell instead. All right, so that's essentially what's going to happen here. We'll have some kind of capitulation at one point. We do have a fair value gap here. Keep in mind between 120 and 130. Basically just a day in which the price shot up so strong that there was no correction at all. Is more likely to get that filled at some point. So it'd be fairly logical for the price action to pull back to this 0.5 fib level at 116 at some point. I'm not proposing we're going to see that immediately. We may not ever see that, but we want to be prepared if that does happen, that might be a good consideration for entry. Same thing here, more importantly, probably the better consideration for entry would be 126. The reason why is because that would partially fill the fair value gap. We might get a little candle wick down, but that would honor this short-term ascending trend. Okay, and again, we want to honor the trend lines in all cases and make sure that we are on the right side of tracks. Everything's showing bullish here. It makes no sense to short. Let's just double check to see if there's any kinks in the chain or if anything's like changed since we last looked at this a couple days ago. We can see stochastic starting to lose momentum, but it's maxed out pretty much. RSI way over 70. Money flow index right there with it. When those two combine together, you don't trade into it. And the reason why, there's so much stinking volume here, it doesn't make any sense to try to short. You're not going to find any success. I know some folks are probably getting destroyed trying to short this coin because they think it's overextended, and that's just not how you trade. You don't trade based solely on overextension. You can with short margins or tight margins, but most people are too greedy. They'll forget to go ahead and set a profit target or no stop loss. What the heck is that? Anyways, conversation for another day. Oh, quick congrats, actually reminds me here. We took some nice profits here on Solana. Got a little 68% there, and then previously we had a, what was it, before all this crap happened with my YouTube channel, we can see 17, 18% short from AVAX. So again, tight margins on shorts, if you do them right, it can be done, but right now it's not a shorting market. That was roughly 2 days ago before the Fed meeting, and things were looking pretty bad. Now they're looking pretty good, and we got to respect that. Okay, so again, respect the market, folks. I think that's the key takeaway. I've said that like 5 times already. All right, so 4-hour time frame. What are we looking for here? Well, first of all, we're above every single moving average. There's no reason to consider a short based on this time frame. We can, however, see that RSI is coming back down at 70. And again, if you get a closure below 70 on average, you're going to want to find a consideration for, or that is a consideration, rather, to secure profits on a long position. That does not imply you instantly open a short. I don't know why some people have this consideration to hit that reverse button all the time, or more so just as soon as the price goes, stops going one way, you just go instantly the other. That just doesn't make any sense. I mean, folks, calm down if that's kind of the way that you do things, because that's not how you're supposed to. Just because an opportunity for a long should be closing does not imply you just open a short and go the opposite direction. Hypothetically, the math works, but it doesn't ever work out in your favor because there's too many variables. Okay, there's also a lot of fees associated with that too. So you maybe want to consider limit orders over market and or reverse orders. All that being said, TSI's got really good strength. MACD still converging. Everything is good here. The only thing I would say, of course, we're getting a second or tertiary stochastic swing to the downside. We're going to have to see a pullback at some point. So hypothetically, the price does pull back. The local high here, this $1.38, $1.38, that 0.236 fib level, this would be a logical consideration for a long. Okay, because the price may not pull back as low as 126, but if it does, this is an extremely beneficial consideration for long, just based on the overall trend line. You're trading into the trend, with it specifically, and then obviously you're bouncing off a key fib level here, which, as we can see, is at 0.382. Hourly time frame. What's that tell us here? Well, if we look at the Ichimoku cloud, we can confirm there's no reason to take, even to consider taking profits. Now, the 4-hour time frame, it's a larger time frame, so it's going to give you an earlier out. So hypothetically, according to the 4-hour time frame, you should secure profit on a long. On the hourly, however, we are seeing that there's a consideration to keep your long position open because we haven't closed this window yet, right? We're still, the lagging span still free and clear, the conversion lines over the baseline. These are all positive, momentous indications, right? So when we see all that, we're in really, really good shape. And if we combine that, we look at our TPO, we can see today's point of control is 148. We close below that, which we're currently under, then it would make sense for the price to continue lower, okay? So again, I would speculate we're going to see some profits being taken throughout the weekend here with this coin. Let's quickly look here too. I forgot to look at our fair value gaps. We do have a sizable amount of fair value. I would say right here at about 126. So again, a lot of signs are pointing to this being a good consideration for entry. This fair value gap gets filled, price action pulls back, that's good. Now I know you're probably thinking right now, I'm a MacGyver, I'm going to go ahead and short to this level. Well, okay, yeah, it's a 15%, 14% correction. Sure, go ahead and try. Hypothetically though, this coin is more likely to go up than down at this point. So why not be patient and wait for a better opportunity instead of trying to short your shirt off and just be a total badass in the market? Right, I know you probably got a Twitter account and you're going to have to post online as to how great you are with 100x leverage short at this current point or the absolute top. But you're probably not sharing all the times that you failed to get in and you got stopped out because liquidation is a capital B when it comes to trading with large leverage. So again, folks, if you're going to short, low leverage. That's all there is to it. Okay, and again, you'll probably find some success going down because the price has to pull back at some point. But it's such a strong coin right now, it makes no sense to short into it. We're getting healthy continuations every single time the price wicks up like this. It'll consolidate nicely in these little ranges before it legs up again. It's a perfect situation. I mean, to me, when I see a staircase pattern, I avoid it altogether as far as going the opposite direction. Okay. All right. Anyways, that's all we got here, folks. I'll go ahead and post a playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. I'll update our charts here just to make sure it's a little more tight and concise. I try not to worry about that too much during the videos. That's available on Twitter, Telegram, Discord, of course, so you can kind of see what's going on here. Everything's available there. But one last word of thanks before we go. Appreciate all the support, man. I could not believe how many people messaged YouTube like, "What the hell is wrong with you for shutting his channel down?" Truth is, they didn't do it. As a whole thing. I'll probably upload a video describing what happened and how to prevent it. But simply put, hackers took control of my channel for a couple of days. They put a bunch of weird videos on my channel, just basically borrowing my subscriber base. That's all there is to it. It's a weird thing. But the world we live in is strange too, but crypto is even stranger. So all the more reason to be careful and protect your investments. Make sure you use two-factor authentication on everything and essentially just make sure that you've got damn near everything backed up. Okay, it's important to do that. All right, folks, I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We will see you in the next one. Take care.